Va salute. This is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
Light up, let the good vibes flow. It's Gorilla Cigar Lounge, the place to go. Politics, nerds, and the good old days. Grab your drink, join the talk, let's set it ablaze. Welcome to the lounge where the smokes rise high, where we talk what matters, no sugar, no lie. From galaxy far away to the world outside, Gorilla Cigar Lounge where legends reside. Starships and memories, debates get real. We're saving the world with a mic and some seal. Laughs and wisdom, we're bringing the heat. So pull up a chair, you're in for a treat. Welcome to the lounge where the smokes rise high, where we talk what matters, no sugar, no lie. From galaxy far away to the world outside, Gorilla Cigar Lounge where legends reside. Starships and memories, debates get real. We're saving the world with a mic and some seal. Laughs and wisdom, we're bringing the heat. So pull up a chair, you're in for a treat. Welcome to the lounge where the smokes rise high, where we talk what matters, no sugar, no lie. From galaxy far away to the world outside, Gorilla Cigar Lounge where legends reside. So spark up that stove, let's start the show. At Gorilla Cigar Lounge, let the conversation flow.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to the 54th episode of the Cigar Lounge. Where tonight, since we're in prime tornado season here, and we just came up on the 100th anniversary of the deadly tri-state tornado that took over 700 lives that day. There, that was 700. It traveled well over 200 some miles. This tornado here. I thought maybe we could just sit here and talk about some of the more famous tornadoes. With me, I got Mikey Sus4. How are you doing?
Doing great, Gorilla. How you doing?
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad to be at the Cigar Lounge now. Cynthia, how are you doing?
My devastation.
Oh,
it's on my devastation.
So alive and kicking, you're not dead yet. How about you, Gorilla?
Yeah, tornado hasn't hit me yet, so we're good.
Yeah.
There. And PvP, how are you doing?
Oh, other than having a sneezing fit a second ago, I'm doing okay, I guess.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Well,
so I take it you haven't seen Dorothy flying by your window anytime lately.
No, it's been 13 years since the tornado hit town, so
That's horrible. So, I know tornadoes are deadly, but 700's a lot. That's
that's a lot of casualties. Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
that's the people that died, not the people injured.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
Because this is back in the rudimentary primitive area of forecasting. Where your warning is, hey honey, what's that way over there? Oh shit. That's your warning system. That was your warning system back then.
Yeah, what's the big funnel of wind coming this way? Holy crap!
Well, they're actually talking about this in the subreddit too. Why it could have been so deadly. We'll get to that there, but let's go ahead and say hi to the people in the chat. Cynthia was the first one to comment in the chat, and he says he's going to cross stream. And then, hey, Drew 24, how's it going?
Hey, Drew.
Hey there.
Hey, Scurry says, No, oh yeah, there's a poll in the chat.
What?
Oh, there is a poll?
Oh
Holy
God.
crap. Now you tell me? I could have
Oh,
voted
yeah.
before it came on. Jeez, Gorilla. Oh, man.
Yeah, welcome, Suzanne. How's it going? She's saying hello to everybody.
Hey, girl, how come you didn't put yourself in the pool? Come on, you got to be fair.
I can't. Sure.
Oh shit, that's right. YouTube won't allow it, will they, bastards?
Does Gorilla see
gosh,
the Wicked Witch creating a
this is
tornado
tough.
to blow away Gorilla to Oz to beat the Wizard of Oz? Oh, you mean that fucking puppet? Who is that famous psychic on fucking TV? Who like goes?
One.
Says
There aren't many
someone
left.
who's lost a relative that starts with the letter P, and someone will shout out the fucking name. Then he'll just start. What's that guy's name? What's that asshole's name? Damn it!
Is he from is he a psychic from the United States or Britain?
I can't remember.
The
favorite TV psychic.
The only one I'm familiar with is Nostradamus. He was the ultimate prophet. So I don't deal with anybody else who tries to predict shit. They don't know what they're doing.
I think it was John Edward I'm thinking of, or maybe Tyler.
John Edward? Oh, you mean that dream guy that like talk to people? I don't know if he's still alive.
South Park made fun of him, but anyhow, we're not going to talk about that today. Suzanne Criskin.
See, I just won the poll. I went off topic.
That would be the first time ever people. All right, now we're going to officially start this here. So
I just wanted to say hi, Suzanne, and mention she mentioned Kreskin. His full title was The Amazing Kreskin, and he had a TV show in Canada for many, many years. And I don't know if I wouldn't really call him a psychic, but he had these mental powers that were amazing because it was almost like he could read minds. He could tell what was on the, a playing card, just looking at the back of the cards. He could read the cards flawlessly. Like, he was very impressive, and it was a really entertaining show. I used to watch that quite a bit, actually, years ago.
Yeah, he's not the one I'm thinking about. This is the one I'm thinking about. He'll go like, I'm sensing that someone recently lost a family member whose name starts with a P. Then,
I know exactly the kind of psychics you're talking about there, Grill, and I think they're kind of mostly charlatans.
Yeah,
because I mean, let's face it. I could go, oh, let's see. There's someone in your family that died. And it's like, well, yeah, probably most people had a family member that died at some point, right?
Yeah.
It's like, come on,
Yeah, and Screw says, though it would be the first time ever PvP went off topic. And what are we doing? Name it magician scare top. All right. So we're gonna. So this was the. Let's get to the top here. This was the path of the tri-state tornado that started out in like Missouri and went all the way up to Illinois to Indiana. Started in Appalachian there.
Huh.
Yeah, this happened 100 years ago?
Yes, this happened in.
Wow.
Let's see. Welcome to the for power. All right, so yeah, went all the way up.
Yeah, 1925.
So this happened March 18th, 1925.
Wow.
So like Indianapolis had like 90% of the town during four deaths. Bisham or whatever you call it. That year had 4 deaths. 100% of the town destroyed. All these towns here had like 37. Well, this one here it hit the school. They had 69 and 33 of them were kids at a school. 45 deaths here. Yeah, so let's read this. 4,000 of the residents in Southwest Missouri, Southern Illinois, and Southwest Indiana, the days following March 18th were horrendous. Hundreds of lives have been taken, and thousands were injured or left homeless. With so many fatalities, so many injuries, so much destruction, so many lives torn apart, it was now time to clean up the mess of the nature that left behind. Well, it's much easier said than done. For the months to rebuild, it had been demolished in less than 4. So it was on the ground for over 3 hours. There, just less than 4 hours.
Wow.
So it all started about 1 o'clock in Elkton, Missouri, where a farmer was killed, and there the tornado raced to northeast, killing 2 people, inflicting five. And you gotta think $500,000. I think that was in 1925 money. I don't have the. I'm not gonna do the calculations tonight.
No, it
Is
would have
that-
been millions, would it not?
Yeah, well, $500,000. We're talking billions.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It would have been an enormous amount of money, I would think.
Yeah.
Almost a million. Yeah, speaking of tornadoes, in my lifetime, I have only encountered 3 that I know of for sure. And I told you before, I've seen the devastation of 2 towns in Oklahoma that were completely destroyed. And firsthand, whenever you see that firsthand, you're in shock, disbelief.
Yeah.
Because you feel for the people that were in those homes, and then they're just completely like mowed down like they were nothing.
Yeah, I've been in
And,
3.
Yeah, you've been in 3.
Yeah, we had a small like F1 come through. It went down the highway. They knocked down a telephone pole and started our laundromat on fire and knocked a few trees down. We had another one come through that knocked, but it didn't destroy any homes, but it did knock some trees down onto the shelter house at the park. That one was 13 years ago. Then we had another one that actually just stayed on the street and took out someone's shed, and all the comments in that post was something about someone's she shed going missing. But that and there we had another one. I don't count ones that was we're in a tornado warning for radar indicated rotation.
No, if you're actually in it, Gorilla. Well, I can tell you mine real quick. I told you about the time when I was taking Deanna home to go visit my folks, and we're traveling across the country. We're just driving out of Wichita, Kansas, and all of a sudden there's a report of a funnel on the radio, and then they said to drive with caution. We're on Interstate 70, so we're driving on a major freeway, crossing the state, and all of a sudden, Suzanne catches out of the corner of her eye. She sees this funnel that's coming down the pike, like coming down the highway, like literally right behind us. And then literally 5 minutes later, there was a second funnel that followed that one. And those two were coming they were coming like this. So one's like over here, one's over there, and then they're all coming together like they're going to smush cars and shit.
Oh, that's a twin.
I don't know how the hell we got out of that one.
That's what you call a dual vortex tornado.
Dual vortex, yeah.
Okay.
That was the only time I encountered that. The other time was, I told you, I was working for a Holiday Inn, and I was behind the front desk. It was categorized. I did some research. It was categorized as an F3 tornado, and I literally am behind the front desk, and it's shaking. These tempered glass doors to the front desk to the lobby are supposed to be strong enough to handle, anything really. I mean, any kind of tornado short of an F5. So when this thing was an F3, it was shaking them off the foundation. I was scared. I mean, there was only like 3 people in the lobby. Me, a guard, or patrolling, security, and 1 maintenance person. And we all jumped behind shit so we wouldn't get killed.
Yeah. Well, I know Sean Carter got hit directly at his workplace. They all took shelter in the freezer there. But he was a true Midwesterner that day. He stayed out taking pictures and videos until it was about 2 blocks away. Then he took shelter.
Oh yeah, with the tornado.
Yeah, but
I saw that with Sean. Yeah.
And Scurry here says some say I'm psychic. Well, they haven't yet, but I know they will. And we are battling wildfires tonight. Well, you stay safe, and if you have to get the hell out of there, get the hell out of there.
If you're anywhere close, get out, Suzanne. Don't wait around. Just go.
Yeah. And Scurry says I'm more familiar with hurricanes than tornadoes. All right, I'm nailing down where Scurry lives. I'm getting close to where we're getting him nailed down to where he lives.
He's near Houston. I know that.
Okay, you narrowed it down even more for
Mexico. Well, no, because it's near the Gulf of Mexico. He's got to be near Houston if he's dealing with hurricanes.
Not necessarily Houston, but Matt Arnold, hello
in that
everyone.
general area.
Welcome, Matt Arnold. And hail FKHC 2005. Welcome. And we got a lot of storms coming into my area again tonight. Oh, yeah, you guys have been getting freaking hit left and right tonight. This year. I think a majority of the tornadoes have hit Alabama this year.
Yeah, right. He's in Alabama.
Because we're going to talk about tornado alley shifting.
The thing is the hurricanes. So I mean, that could be anywhere from Florida to Texas, right? I mean, hurricanes can hit over a wide range.
Scurvy's in Texas. I know that.
Yeah, but
Scurvy's in Texas.
I'm just saying, there's a wide range of states that a hurricane could hit. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
right.
And FKHC says this is a funnel cake. Which is worse, an F3 tornado or an FU tornado? Well, an FU tornado is an actual technical designation. It's for when they mostly stay over water and there's no or they stay over rural areas. There's no damage to assess.
Yeah.
So it is a technical designation. Hey man, and there was an E4 that came through within 10 miles of me back in 2019. Oh shit! And man, if you're very familiar with tornadoes, if you want to come up, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, there was a tornado at night, which, at the time, like I said, I was still living back in Oklahoma, and my ex in-laws, their house is, it's literally on a farm and everything like that. And they had a tornado that hit early in the evening, missed their house by less than a mile. Yeah. Could have destroyed everything, but it just missed them.
Yeah. All right, so back to the thing here. It hit the mining town of Leadana. Then left the Ozarks and it pretty much hit farmland in Bollinger County.
Hey, Gorilla, do you want me to send Matt a link through the Facebook Messenger or?
If you want, otherwise it's pinned at the top.
Oh, well, yeah, you did pin it at the top. You did, yeah.
Yeah. Then it apparently hit 2 county schools, and I've seen these county schools back then. They're basically just like one room wooden things. That's what your wooden structures. That's all. It's all county school is. No shelters or nothing in them.
You're talking like the Walton school.
Yeah. Or the church, like the church.
Yeah.
And then it reached the. Yeah, by the time it hit the Mississippi River there, that's when the 11 Missourians died. Then it got stronger in southern Illinois, and Gorham was demolished completely. That's where they lost 34 people. Then in the next 40 minutes, 541 people were killed and 1,423 were seriously injured as the tornado tore a path of destruction nearly 1 mile wide through the towns of Murfreesboro, DeSoto, Hurston, and West Frankfort. In eastern Frankfort County, 22 people were killed in the town parish was virtually wiped off the map. The tornado proceeded unabated across rural farmland, Hamilton, White counties, where the death toll reached 65.
Hey, Gorilla. Eugene Bird just sent you a super chat for $9.99, but he says no song.
No song.
And then he sent you a super sticker for $9.99. So he sent you $20.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no song. It goes grateful. Thank you very much, Eugene. There. Thank you very much. And hey, Matt, how's it going?
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Hi, Matt.
I'm doing okay. Talking about tornadoes. Tornado came through within about 10 miles of me back in 2019. It happened in around about the end of March. It was an EF4 come through.
Wow. What town was it there? What town was it close to?
Came through Beauregard, Alabama.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And it probably killed, I think, around 16 people.
Damn.
I can remember, right? And it come through and emergency management. I was basically running like a head chicken cut off during that because I worked part time with emergency management at the time. So, and that was beginning when my aunt had dementia. So I had to deal with her and that, and let's say it came. Say my house is like say right here. It come at an angle like this. It missed me by 1 mile.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Jesus.
So we got a professional here on the panel here to talk about these.
Oh yeah.
It can be a pain when you're dealing with stuff like that, especially when you do storm chasing. It's dangerous. You have to. There's certain points you have to be vigilant in any of this stuff because you could get killed like that.
Yeah.
And,
You know.
it's dangerous.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Matt, in Arizona, the time I was there, I only encountered maybe 1 or 2 really severe dust storms, and they call them haboobs. And the haboobs are just like a tornado, except that it's a wall of dust, which is coming from the south, moving up north. And I was caught in one. I almost died because there was no visibility, couldn't see anything, and I was walking home from the library, and the road is literally off to my right, where all the cars are supposed to be going back and forth, and they couldn't even see. And I think that was the only most severe dust storm I ever went through. I never went through a flash flood, but those are dangerous too. So
right. Back in the early 90s, they changed the scale. It was an F1, F2, F3, F4. They changed it, Vegeta scale to an EL.
Yeah.
They made some changes to the scale because there was a difference in the wind.
Yeah.
They measure a tornado by how much destruction it makes.
Right. Yeah, that was the one that hit me at the hotel. Was an EF3.
Yeah.
That's when they were just starting to use those.
The worst one that I know a friend of mine recorded was an EF5.
EF5.
EF5 is the hand of God.
Yeah. All right. So thank you. Old man Bird here sent a super sticker of the pair saying thank you. Thank you very much, Eugene, and welcome.
Yeah,
thanks again, Eugene Bird. He's calling everybody wonderful people. Yeah, everybody here is wonderful.
Yeah,
Old man Bird, you are awesome too. And we need Nemesis here to tell us we're beautiful beings. Ha!
Yeah, that's the only thing we're missing right now. Come on, Nemesis.
We'll probably be.
That's all we're missing. Yeah.
All right. Exactly. All right. So basically, most of the death was in Illinois here. It took 600 Illinois there. Then it went across the Wabash River, take it out of Griffin, Indiana. Then a bunch of rural areas northwest of Owensville, destroying about 85 farms. Then it took out Princeton, and about half the town was destroyed. Wow. And they're talking $1.8 million back then. Fortunately, and then it dissipated, sparing Petersburg and Pike County.
Right.
Yeah, so the death toll was mounted to 695, and 71 of those were in southwest Indiana. Property damage totaled $16.5 million. Nearly 2/3 of that was in Murfreesboro alone.
Murfreesboro, yeah. There's also a similar pronunciation in Tennessee, but they spell Murfreesboro, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. There's a similar.
So that there is the tri-state there, and I was gonna. Here's the Reddit here. They had a couple pictures from it.
Ooh.
Here they show the path of it, but that
looks like it crosses more than 3 states, though.
No, starts in Illinois or in Missouri here, then it goes to Illinois, then Indiana.
So 3 states.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying, because those are little.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was DeSoto.
Those are counties, I believe, right?
Counties. That's it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's DeSoto, and this is where people are talking about it. How it might not look like a funnel, but where they just looked like a low-hanging wall cloud.
Wow.
And apparently, some people are saying
look like a hook echo. You'll see a hook echo on the radar, and it's very distinct. You could see it on the reflectivity. You can see it coming on the radar showing from both directions, and you can see where the change of it on the radar. It basically creates like a hook echo in it on the Doppler on that, and it's very distinct signature.
Yeah.
So
Well, this was 1925. They didn't have radars back then.
No.
Yeah.
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 And
So
apparently,
Matt,
it was moving at that storm system was moving at 60 to 70 miles per hour.
wow.
Yeah, it's
That's
moving pretty
insane.
quick.
Lemon Pie City, Wichita lineman. Well, we told you about that, Lemon. Suzanne and I had that on the radio as we're escaping the two funnels outside of Wichita. Wichita lineman was playing. True story. I wouldn't lie about that. That was insane. Yeah, I've seen devastation. Like I said, more in Del City. My ex-in-laws took us to go through the towns because we were going up to Tulsa to visit a friend, and they were just devastated. It was like a pancake. It was like, it was just, there was nothing. Like everything was flattened. That's how bad the towns were. I couldn't even believe we were driving past it. I didn't even want to see it. I didn't even want to see that devastation. Did you see anything similar yourself, Matt? Have you ever seen that devastation?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I'm actually watching the radars right here.
Yeah.
I got one of the best programs I've found called GR Level 3.
Yeah.
It's worth every penny of it, and you can track storms. It tells you the direction. Let's see if I can get it up here, or I can actually show you.
And Suzanne said good night there, Gorilla.
I'm actually on the screen here, so give me just a second.
Yeah. Good night, Suzanne.
This is GR Level 3, and I'm tracking the storm here in where I live. And
that's in real time, right? So that's
this
what's
is in real time. All right, let's say like this storm up here. I go to this radar here. Come here.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
right now, I don't see any hook echoes or nothing like that in it.
Cool. But they tell you if there is a potential tornado, they're going to let you know, right?
You see this little bit right here?
Yeah.
On the screen? When I go up here and hit up here in ROT, which you probably don't see it. I'm not sure if you see it on my system here, but that will tell me if there's any rotation in that. But I can go right here, go back to severe weather, and you can see some small rotation, but they ain't going to issue a warning unless you see a hook echo in it. But this is up in up a part of Huntsville, Alabama. I'm looking up into Tennessee.
Oh yeah, Huntsville, yeah.
And right here, you can go here. Let's see where that warning. Okay, here are the warnings. All right, here it shows me the warnings.
Right.
Say we'll go to Texas here. We click on Texas area. All right. Now look at all this right here. Let me move that out of the way. All right, you see these right here?
Yeah.
The little yellow things, that's called mesos. Hold on.
I wonder if that's anywhere near Mr. Lemon. I don't think it is.
I don't know where Lemon is, but
I wish he would tell us. He says Texas, and he says it's near water. Yeah, he's not retired. Okay.
All right. See, these are several different storms. When you see this right here, there's rotation in that storm. Let me put it in motion here.
Yeah.
If it'll let me do it.
It might pause every few seconds.
Yeah, it's going to do that. See, it's going to take a second. Now, here it goes.
Yeah, because unlike the U.S. Weather Service.
You see this right here? You see
Yeah,
that?
I just see it now. Yeah, now it's moving.
Hey,
See the
Oh,
road?
wow.
hey, I want
Yeah.
to say welcome to JP's here.
Oh, hey, JP's Tabernacle.
Yeah.
Hey,
Uh,
JP.
yeah.
All right, now let me
Yeah.
switch back to me. All
Yeah,
right, you can take it
JP's
off
was
of me
just,
now.
yeah,
All right,
JP's was just telling us he had a F5 tornado recorded in Elie, Manitoba. That was the only recorded F5 tornado in Canada, he said.
Oh,
Back on
nice.
Yep.
22nd.
And let's see.
Yeah.
Scurvy says counties, yes. I'm alive and full of counties.
Yeah,
do you
he's in England, Campbell.
let's see, do you live in Fairfield Grill or is it just a subject of interest? I'm from there in southern Illinois and I lived in Oklahoma, but Florida is where I'd seen the most of them. Well, they've always been a subject of interest to me. I've actually did a when I was in speech there, I actually did a whole speech on tornadoes there. Well, they've always been a subject. But if they issue a tornado warning, I'm out on the front porch. I'm out on the front lawn in a lawn chair and a ratchet strapped there drinking a beer. So
Ratchet strap yourself to the ground.
yeah,
Yeah, you know what you know what you need to do, Gorilla. Like that one guy that strapped a bunch of weather balloons to his lawn chair and went for a
yeah,
nice little flight. Remember that guy?
yeah,
He was like drinking a beer and flying around with bloody weather
Good
balloons.
night, Suzanne.
Like you should
yeah,
give that a go next time there's a high wind coming through, Gorilla. You know, it might be fun. You know.
yeah. And Suzanne's going to bed. We said goodnight to her. We read. I haven't thought about asking about your career.
Good
Yeah.
day,
And
Suzanne.
it says, "Oh my bad, I was only singing a song." Oh, we still don't know your profession or if you are retired. I am not
He's not
retired.
retired.
I'm in Austin, not Stormy at the moment. Nice.
Oh, that's good, Bird. That's good.
Yeah, we
All
had a
right.
bunch of line of storms come through here early this morning and yesterday. The last 3 days we had a lot of stuff come through and just
Any hailstorm, Matt? Have you
All
had
right.
any hailstorms yet?
not we ain't had
Yeah.
none in a while. But
Yeah.
usually when you have a hailstorm storm, it's mean it's pretty intense, and there's possibility you may have a tornado drop on your ass.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So here is a picture here of the one that actually hit close by to us. Here, this was in June 16th of 1992. The tornado there hit Chandler and Lake Wilson. That
Wow.
destroyed about 35 homes with another 90, 10 businesses, a church, a school damage. And it caused $50 million of property damage, and that's in 1992. And there's a lot more than that injured. There's 40 injuries and one fatality. Based on the detailed damage assessment by the National Weather Service, bunch of useless fucks. It was estimated to be F5 tornado packed winds at about 260 miles, and as it tore through Chandler. This is the only. This was the only F5 in 1992 in all of Minnesota. This picture was taken near Leota, Minnesota. Yeah, yeah, it shut down shortly after 5 p.m. in northwest Nobles County near Leota. Then it destroyed two houses near Leota. Then it strengthened the churches way to Chandler and Lake Wilson. Here's some of the damaged pictures of it. And here's the path of it.
And here's something too. History comes up in 1932. They they're one of the worst tornado outbreaks in Alabama. Killed over 300 people.
Yeah.
And it was pretty bad.
If you give me a source for that, we can get towards the end of the stream there. Yeah, so start out to that. Yeah.
Let's see. All right, here's one.
Yeah.
If I can find something here.
Yeah, so this one here, it started out with an F5, then it dissipated up towards Garvin, which is a nice little dinky little town of 62 people. Let's see. Yeah, so there's this is that storm produced a few tornadoes and all that. They had a bunch of wind and hail here. Then you had the tornadoes here.
Yeah, I got something here to give you. I'm gonna send it to the private chat. It gives you a list of all the pretty bad stuff that happened here in deadliest tornadoes in Alabama. You can change it to any state you want to, and it's a good resource.
Yeah. Okay, and this here is showing the before and after, or the rebuilt, the destruction, and how they rebuilt here of Chandler. And look at all that crap just going right straight into the basement.
You know, people don't really realize how much power these storms have, and the destructive. It's just wind, and it really surprise you how much destruction that funnel cloud can do.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
Let's see,
scary.
Mike. Yeah, Mikey is asking where I live. Does that count as the first off? Not, no, because it actually got us back. We got back on track right away. Mikey
You
lives in
know,
Smoke Alarm Tires.
I'm actually amazed. I don't think anybody's gone off topic tonight in a serious way, have they, Gorilla?
Yeah. Now, let's see, four choices going off. Talk to me, LOL. Let's talk. I have no idea what that is, so I'm not even going to talk about it. So yeah,
You
that's
know, you should have put a fourth category. Nobody went off topic tonight.
yeah, but I don't think I've ever had a cigar stream that has not gone off topic, except when I made a point of it.
Yeah, but we're like almost 40 minutes in, and I don't think anybody's gone off topic in a serious manner.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So this here was the next one I got ready queued up here was there's an outbreak in June of 1966 where it was about between June 2nd and June 12th there's a shit ton of 57 tornadoes come out. And this is actually what
Wow.
prompted the talks. This outbreak here prompted the talks of using our civil air defense sirens for tornado warnings there were before a lot of counties had sirens, but therefore the Russians are coming, but then and starting in June of 1966 people were advocating that we use since we already have the sirens in place, use them for when dangerous storms started coming. Here, and it started in 1970s when they first started using them for tornado warning. So it took our bureaucrats 3 years to get off their fucking asses and actually vote on it or get something going there. But this outbreak here.
So you
And,
got federal sirens and wailing sirens systems started producing ones that allow you to use DTMF and PSK connection to them by computer remotely, where you can send out signals and send alerts out to people. And the reason why I know this is because I used to work on the damn things.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Gorilla, I posted in the chat. I was checking to see how many tornadoes have been around here in Toronto where we live. Since 1792, they've experienced approximately 57 confirmed tornadoes. The city has, it says here on average, yeah, I have it in there. The city has had its highest number of tornadoes in a single year in 2009, with a total of 18 tornadoes that hit the city. And additionally, Ontario province averages about 18.2 tornadoes per year. So, yeah, we do get tornadoes even up here. So,
Okay.
I tell you something. That if you have not done it, get with your local emergency management agency and make sure you take a Skywarn class.
yeah,
Because that can also save your life where you also be prepared and know what to do during a tornado or extreme severe weather. That's something I do recommend.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Matt. So
Yeah,
let's
thank
see.
you.
So let's see
Uh,
the tornado outbreak sequence of 66 shows the largest devastating tornado outbreaks that occurred between June 2nd and June 12th, 66. Uh, this was mainly concentrated in the Midwestern region of the United States, but was widely spread out as far south as Texas and Florida, as far east as New York. New York. The most powerful destructive tornado. So the most powerful one is the one that hit Topeka, Kansas as an F5, and it started on the southwest side and moved northeast, passing and passing through several subdivisions and the local landmark named Burnett's Mound. 57 tornadoes were confirmed during the 11-day span, which left 18 people dead and 543 injured. 17 of the 18 deaths and 450 injuries were from the Topeka there. So, yeah, there's 5 of them they didn't know. An F0 is basically a gust of wind like 40 miles an hour at the most.
Yeah.
There are 17
I
F1s,
All right,
18 F2s.
I just found the tornado that come through my area right
Oh,
here.
where you live? Okay.
Yeah.
When did that happen, Matt?
That was in March the 3rd, 2019.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
it
So,
was, there was total within 6 hours, total of 42 tornadoes touched down in portions of Alabama, including Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and South Carolina.
Nice.
That was killing 23 people total.
Oh,
It was there. They had there's a lot that happened that day. I remember that day very well.
yeah.
yeah.
It basically scared the shit out of me.
I
Okay.
believe it.
I'd
Yeah.
like to add. I mean, I've been silent because we don't really get ever that kind of weather, west of the Rockies out here. So I haven't had much to contribute. But I just want when Mikey brought up, Ontario tornadoes, that got me thinking. There was one big one in Western Canada that hit the city of Edmonton, Alberta.
Right.
I'm just looked it up here. It was July 31st, 1987. It was an F4. It ripped through parts of eastern Edmonton, which is a major city with probably over 1 million people at least. I'm not sure of the population right now, but
Right.
it was an F4. It lasted from 2:55 p.m. to 8 p.m. So it was ripping through the city for hours. It killed 27 people and injured another 300. And in 2023 dollars, the damage it caused was 762 million. So
Wow.
it can happen in Western Canada. Just want to let you guys
Well,
know.
it can
Yeah.
happen anywhere in Canada. That pretty much proves it.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe I might have heard of maybe one tornado in BC in my entire life, but the Rockies are quite a shield, right? They kind of protect us from a lot of that nasty weather.
They do.
And
They do. There's a line of them. Yes.
I got to be honest, the worst I've ever seen. You know what a dust devil is, right?
Well, I told you about the haboob. That's the worst dust
No,
devil you can ever have in Arizona.
the dust devils I'm talking about are little wispy things that,
Oh yeah, like the
yeah, and they're like nothing, right? They're hardly even there. So
nothing. Yeah.
we
Yeah.
never get tornadoes here, thankfully.
Yeah.
So,
So, So-
I will say this: you guys get tornadoes, we get earthquakes over here.
yeah.
Now you don't get tornadoes in the intercoastal region, do you? In
Yeah,
California?
they get like California gets like one a year, but
maybe, and it's probably a water spout off the coast of the,
yeah,
out there in the
But-
Pacific Ocean, maybe once in a while.
yeah. And here's a list of them. There's a lot of them that no damage. Most of them stayed on the ground for like 0.1 miles. But there's a triple set of tornadoes here in Okanato here that stayed on the ground for like 5 miles. But most
Yeah.
of them they maybe destroyed a barn, maybe pushed the house out, told off or damage.
Yeah.
This one here stayed that one here was a quarter mile wide. There, that stayed on the ground for 5 miles, 4 miles. Third
Yeah.
of the 4 tornadoes that hit Garfield County and all. These like 4 here stayed on the were like within 30 minutes here.
Wow.
Yeah,
They said the CF4 that come through here was
Yeah.
on the ground an hour and 16 minutes.
An hour and 16.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, this one here is
Done
the one that
over $500,000 worth of damage in 2019. And imagine what that is in today.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the one that the Kansas one that caused 17 deaths and 500 plus injuries. It was like 21 miles and stuff. A lot of small stuff here, not on the ground very long.
Smaller towns.
Then damage on the Topeka here of the casualties and stuff. Well, yeah, that tornado outbreak is what caused the starting of the tornado sirens there. All right, let's catch up on chats.
Chat, yeah.
And let's see. I don't care what they say. You ain't gonna be safe in a ditch or an underpass. Actually, I do have a thing. I'm gonna be talking about that. Let's see. High frequency active aerola research program is a research facility in Gakana, Alaska, that studies the ionosphere using high frequency. Okay. And here, Mike, you were talking about the 57 tornadoes that hit Ontario.
Tornadoes, yeah, since 1792, yeah, and they
do
about 18.2 every year. So.
And while
the National Weather Service now began to recommend if you are in a tornado and you have nowhere to really go, if you have a motorcycle helmet or something like that, put it on. That help protect your noggin from anything hitting you in the head.
Yeah, or Matt, make friends with God.
You pray quick and hope the hell.
Yeah.
The only trouble with that theory, Mikey, is how many churches have been blown away in tornadoes.
Exactly.
All right. So
there's been crazy ones though.
Yeah, Lockdown says want to get into certain reactors. Weather control has been around a long time. Operation Popeye. Well, that's something I'd actually have to study to be able to talk about. Actually, could control the weather inside my house, bringing the temperature down by many degrees.
Now, does he use swamp cooler? Does he use a swamp cooler, or does he use a actual air conditioning system?
Oh, heck.
I have to answer that one.
Yeah.
I just gotta say to Lemon, turning on your air conditioner is not really considered climate control.
Yeah. Let's see. Weather control is a conspiracy theory. Cloud City. Oh yeah. And PvP, you want to read this one?
Oh sure. Lemon Pie said, "Gorilla making that poll has kept panel on topic. It's true."
Yeah.
It's very true.
Let's see. Lockdown says chemtrail. Mike, you want to read this one?
Yeah, sure. Old man Eugene Bird says, "LOL to lemon pie." I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Well, I was the one who voted for myself, so.
Yeah.
I didn't vote. I couldn't vote because I considered voting for myself, and then I thought, no, I'm going to be good tonight, and I couldn't vote for a Sith Dan or Mikey because that didn't seem nice. So I just said, no, I ain't going to vote.
Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you, PvP.
See, Lockdown says, I know the difference between chemtrails and contrails.
So do I.
PvP, you want to read this one?
Yeah, Lemon said, I know PvP lives in the land of eggnog. Yeah, girl, can you make a song called The Land of Eggnog? That would be great.
I'll think about it. I've always wondered what would happen if you drop a hydrogen oxygen implosion boom in the middle of a hurricane and sucks the oxygen around it explode. I have no idea.
I don't know.
So
I don't know. I wouldn't even dare try that because it might do something to make it even worse.
Yeah.
It would make it worse. Probably it would either reverse it and then it goes in a different direction. It's like trying to shoot a missile at an impending asteroid, right? They tried that before.
Yeah. Now let's go on with the tornado myths here. Because Matt brought this up. They say seeking a shelter under the overpass. And this is in the 1999 Morse tornado. There's quite a few people that got hurt taking refuge under an overpass. And a lot of people do get hurt on these overpasses. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, but what happens is the wind condenses in the overpass there, and it actually speeds up the wind there.
Wind
And,
double.
anything it's carrying becomes a projectile that nails you even harder than it would before. So, and a lot of people, there's actually a picture from the Moore tornado there. I wonder if it happened where the people pretty much got sandblasted onto the overpass there.
When the average tornado, let's say you got southern winds up to 200 miles per hour, when it goes through those, it's like going through a wind tunnel. And you talking about destruction, everything in its path, trees, cars, mailbox.
Plus I heard, right.
It's like flying needles.
Yeah, plus I heard from friends in the Midwest that if you go under an underpass, it's exactly what you said. You're in outdoors, so you're open to all the elements, and I don't think that even an overpass or an underpass, none of that's going to protect you because you're going to be blown out of it anyway. So it's depends on how strong the wind is.
Yeah. Now let's see. Tornadoes never strike twice. That is not true. Like the era says, Cordell, Kansas was struck 3 years in a row in 16, 17, and 18. And Guy, Arkansas, 3 tornadoes hit the same church in the same day. Or look at there's a place in Nebraska, which we'll be talking about next. It actually got hit with 7 tornadoes that day.
Yeah.
And what's even worse when you have twin tornadoes that both spinning alongside each other is weird. It's scary.
Yeah. Plus, unless you're that ranger guy who got hit by lightning, what was it, 7 times? The ranger dude, and of course he's dead now. But he always got hit by lightning. So almost. Yeah.
So another one here is big cities that are tall buildings are protected from tornadoes. No, there's been a lot of cities, probably Nashville, Joplin, Oklahoma City, Fort Worth. They do not deflect a tornado there. No matter what you see. What people say.
As I mentioned with the Edmonton tornado, Edmonton was a major city even back then, with hundreds of thousands of people, and it had a number of large, towers and large, buildings. But there were still, a lot of people that died and got injured. So, I guess if you got in a good, secure building, you could get inside away from the windows, you might be okay then, but still.
What's that? The fallacy? Is it a fallacy or a truth that Matt, that if you stand underneath an archway in the hallway, say, of your house, and you get hit by a tornado, are you supposed to survive? Is that a fallacy or a truth?
I wouldn't do it anyway because my damn luck, it probably wouldn't work.
That's more of an earthquake thing because the archway is the strongest part of the house. That's more of an earthquake thing. But
they say the smallest room in the house, like a closet or a bathroom, is the safest place, or the inner part of your house is the most safest part. But when it comes to an EF5 tornado, don't give a shit what part of your house in. When you got 200 miles per hour winds hitting it, it's going to wipe the whole damn thing out. So
well, if we get hit by one of those really strong, I'm saying a storm shelter 70 mile per hour tornado here in the city, even though we're 13 stories up, we can still get the high winds blasting in our windows very easily. So, and we really have no protection. I mean,
they claimed a long time ago, open your windows, but they have proven fact it don't do any good. The best close the windows that prevent debris and get the hell away from windows and get to a safe room or out in your hallway away from windows is the safest place to be to get away.
Lemon pie. Holy fuck.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get that here after we get through this list here.
Oh my god!
All right, go ahead.
I just want to mention, since Matt brought up bathrooms, I've always heard that getting into the bathtub might be an idea that might keep you a little bit safer. But
I'll tell you right now, I'll never take shelter in a fucking bathroom during a tornado, just for the plain and simple fact is I don't want to be found 5 miles away clinging to a urinal.
Head stuck in it.
oh boy,
that's bad.
You would look pretty stupid.
You don't want to have that kind of glorious
Oh
Elvis.
my god! Look, I'm hanging onto this toilet seat. Ah.
No,
Yeah,
he wouldn't be sitting on it. His head would be inside of it.
Yeah. So, anyhow, number 4 here is
first they kill him first. So you know.
Yeah. They say large lakes protect nearby areas from tornadoes. It's not necessarily true. Lakes can probably help dissipate the tornadoes a little bit, but if the tornado is big enough, it won't
slow it down some. It will slow it down some, but it won't. May slow it down 5 miles per hour. But you got to think, all that water. It's like all that the tornado vortex is going to pick that water up and cause more throwing water everywhere too. So
yes,
you're gonna get water off of it. So
yeah. And there's kind of an obvious place you don't want to hide with a tornado in the kitchen anywhere.
especially when you got knives everywhere thrown.
Yeah.
Well, no, we're talking about the stove and gas and oven and yeah. You don't even want to stay there.
Just like in that movie Twister, when they end up being in that thing and they had that like meat cleavers everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so number 5 here says mountains, river valleys, and large lakes inhibit tornadoes or cause splitting storms. Well, conditions would not be optimal for tornado development on top of the mountains or over Lake Michigan. Tornadoes have been documented across the Appalachian Mountains and across the 10,000-foot tall mountain in Yellowstone National Park. Strong tornadoes have also crossed the Mississippi River and other large rivers and lakes. So yeah, it's not going to stop there. And also, this is a myth we had here as a kid. There, we especially had one dangerous storm that our dad put us all in the one room down the basement that's in the southwest corner here, because the thought is that tornadoes come from the southwest and all the debris will go over you there and over you, but they can come from any direction, and it can just get blown around in the basement there. They actually say your safest place is under like a workbench, like a sturdy workbench,
any sturdy surface,
or an I-beam there. Me personally, I'll flip the love seat over.
I know what Mikey be doing.
Yeah. Let's see. My mom always told
he'd be going out on the front porch and drop his pants and put his butt toward the air.
Yeah. This is what my mom said.
Weird tornado.
Yeah. My mom always told us to do this here too, especially when we get these little pressure systems and strong windstorms. Is we always open the windows to equalize the pressure inside the house to prevent it from exploding. Now you're just wasting time on that, and
it's just get injured. Like I mentioned earlier, it don't do any good.
Yeah. Well, I'll do it for like when we get like severe thunderstorms. I'll have the windows cracked and all that, but I'm not gonna sit there running and open them if we get a tornado warning. Yeah. And tornadoes can happen any time of the year. They don't just happen in late spring and early summer.
Yeah. And, hey, Gorilla, did you ever tell us? Do you have a storm shelter for your place or no?
I told you I got a chair out on the front yard with ratchet straps.
That's not going to save you. You need to build yourself.
As I recommend, a gorilla's got to attach some weather balloons and strap a good 6-pack of beer to one of the lawn chair arms, and then he can fly away and enjoy himself.
No, I got a basement here. Yeah, they say that tornado, the shape of the size of the tornado doesn't disturb his strength because some EF1s could be a mile wide there, but some F5s could be the whip tornado. Those narrow
What
whip tornadoes.
determines a tornado is the wind speed and the
Yeah.
rotation. And the more destructive power it is, the wider and bigger it determines how much destruction it basically what it destroys. And more destruction, the more the EF scale. And you could tell when straight line winds or you a tornado. The straight line winds just lays stuff over. A tornado just twists it up and throws it every downward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Significant property or crop damage is always a result of a tornado. Oh, hell no. We've had straight line winds take out a lot of shit around here.
Oh.
I've never heard of them being over 100, 150 miles an hour without it being a hurricane, but we get a lot of 60, 70 mile an hour winds here.
We actually had here about 5 years ago. We got a windstorm one night that was about 115 kilometers. It was pretty strong, and I remember going out the next day to run errands, and there were some like trees down, like some big trees too, right? They're like probably old trees, and maybe they weren't in the best condition, but it definitely just leveled a lot of the trees around the town. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna cover this one here much, but it's just funny that they put this in the tornado myths here. Mobile homes attract tornadoes.
They don't.
Yeah, it's just I think that's got put in there.
If you're in the path of a tornado, it's gonna be. It don't matter what's in its path; it's gonna get destroyed.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Yeah,
it depends. It depends on how you're protected. If you got it don't matter if you're in a mansion or a mobile home. If you're in the path of it, it's going to wipe it out.
Yeah. Now, see,
and mobile home does not no radiant magnet pulls a tornado. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I think they put that in there as a joke.
Well, I also think there's a lot of prejudice to lower income people in our society. Like they're losers and they deserve to have their homes blown away by a tornado. There's almost that implication, is there not? Like, seriously,
Yeah. And our last one before we get back to chats here is the number of tornadoes been increasing due to more favorable weather. Now, I think the reason there is we got more storm spotters, but also we have a radar can see the rotation now, and they count those as tornadoes.
Back in the early 70s, we couldn't see them like we do now. We have better technology to using reflectivity on the radars that will actually show the rotation in these storms, just like that radar I just showed you a while ago.
Yeah.
The technology is here. And the thing, we have better communications today than we ever had.
Yeah. Hey.
And that's the difference in what we had 50, 60 years ago.
Yeah. Hey, I want to say welcome to Outlaw Bill.
Outlaw Bill.
Hey,
Bill.
So, by crossing two lasers, they can ionize a trail in the air to direct lightning strikes. There is seeding clouds for moisture. The wind serves are too much energy and angular momentum control. Yeah. And do you want to read this one?
Dan?
I heard sit there giggling.
Yeah.
Is that how you say the word?
Giggle.
Yeah, giggle.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, what you need to get, girl, is just send Dan out to your locality there to fight the next tornado with his lightsaber.
Let's see. Probably.
I'm gonna be a little sarcastic here for a minute. Mikey, don't get mad at me, buddy. I will say, all Mikey's got to do is go outside, stick his ass up in the air, and make the tornado turn the other way.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
would
would,
do
I
is-
would turn the other way. I'll tell you that.
You know, my guess is deadly. Maybe the tornado would run away.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
So,
Scare the
Oh,
tornado.
so Lockdown says probably right. The pendulum would swing just as hard back, and now I want to watch Twister, Rip Bill Paxton, or Hercules.
yeah, that was a good movie. Twister was a good movie.
Yeah,
The original Twister, not
Yes,
anything
the
else made
original.
after.
I
Yes.
haven't watched the other. I watched Atomic Twister.
I've
Let's
seen
see.
that too, but
I just know that when a tornado hits Gorilla's neighborhood, he just clicks
I've
his
seen
Ruby Hills
Twisters.
and
I've
says,
seen
"There's
The
no
movie
place
Bill
like home."
Paxton. Bill Paxton one that was a good one too.
Yeah. Let's see. No vacuum debris as well. Aren't you supposed to get on the roof and shake your fist up the tornado for maximum safety? Only the old men in the neighborhood.
Only Living Pie could do that.
Yeah. Let's see. Grab your bed, jump in the tub, and keep the bed on top, pinning you. Now throw it in a bottle of liquor. Go home, tornado. You're drunk. Hello.
We saw like
Hey,
four
yeah,
machetes.
talking about lawnmower
Yeah.
blades.
Oh,
Don't have
talk
lawnmower
about
blades.
combines
Don't
there.
be in a place with lawnmower blades or any type of chainsaw. You're in trouble.
Hey, if you want to see someone taking shelter in a combine there, watch Atomic Twister. The very first 2 minutes.
Dang,
Blade
dang.
for lawnmower.
Yeah.
Sit down and make your own.
Well,
Come on,
here's
Well-
something that might. What is the most dangerous place to be during a tornado?
And an underpass.
That's one of them. What else?
Open field.
You might be able to survive in an open field.
No. Too many trees.
Don't
too
be
many
in your car either.
Well, yeah, it can't be in your car. No.
Oh, come on. I can outrun the.
Definitely
Well-
don't be around propane tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely don't hide in a ditch.
Yeah.
No.
So
Yeah,
sit
be
there-
around.
Hey, does this count as sit there getting off topic here? Put this
Yes,
in the
yes,
chat.
it does.
Yes, it
it
does.
Sit
Okay.
there with off chocolate by talking about
Okay.
Forrest Gump.
I'm
About
gonna-
told you to live like a box of chocolates. Never know what you're gonna get.
I'm going to vote right now. Sorry, Dan.
I'm Mark Poppins, y'all. Chocolate
Oh,
covered
my
cherries are the best thing.
Oh my goodness!
Damn, my spelling Mary Poppins laughing my ass off. And Ella Bill saying hello. I'm Marty
I'm Marty
Poppins.
Poppins, yo.
And hello, chocolate covered almonds.
Okay. There's very prejudiced people in the poll tonight. They're giving me 48%, and I haven't gone off topic one goddamn time. This is rigged. This is rigged. This is like the Canadian election. This is like the Canadian election is totally rigged.
And now PvP got chocolate politics. Let's
Yeah,
see some
guys,
videos
Sharknado's
want to
the one
watch
watching.
then.
You guys are gang.
Yeah,
Well,
dude,
fuck
you're
it.
right.
I might as
You're
well
right.
go off topic of politics since I'm at 48% in the fucking poll.
Yeah, I don't know
Damn
the
it.
Sharknado is all 6 movies, Drew.
All right.
Definitely the ones to watch.
I will say this. To be honest, it's either
Good Lord.
UPP or Mikey usually that goes off topic.
I
You
did
went
not
on
go off
topic before I
topic one
did, Dan.
single time tonight, and I got 48%. Okay, I want to know who these people are that are voting because it's more than I know it's Dan, but there's got to be more people than Dan that did this to me.
Yeah.
I want to know your. I want to name names so I can put you on my list.
Well,
Okay.
right,
Put them on.
I voted for myself because I always thought I'd go off topic. So
I got a horrible feeling that everyone on the fucking panel voted for me in the fucking poll. I got
Hey,
not
PvP,
me. I voted for myself.
You can be rest assured that I did not vote for you. I thought it, but I didn't vote for you.
Oh, you
Okay.
thought about it. Oh, okay.
I still appreciate.
in his mind.
I appreciate that, Gorilla. I really
Yeah.
do.
All right. So, have you guys ever heard of Tornado Hill?
Tornado Hill.
Tornado Hill.
No. Yeah.
Nope, I haven't
No.
heard of that.
This guy can tell a lot better than I did, but this is one of the weirdest tornado stories I ever heard. This hill
Right.
was actually created by the debris from a town that got hit by a tornado here. I'm actually gonna
What?
play this one here. This guy talks about the events of that day there, and
Bizarre.
Okay.
let me know if you guys can hear it.
you travel out to Grand Island, Nebraska, you'll come across a hill in the middle of a park in the west side of the city. It kind of comes out of nowhere, as central-ish Nebraska is relatively flat, and locals call this particular hill Tornado Hill. Now, this particular hill is called Tornado Hill because back on June 3rd, 1980, the city of Grand Island, Nebraska was struck by one of the strangest tornado outbreaks that has ever occurred in the United States. Back on that June day in 1980, Grand Island was struck by not one, not two, but 7 tornadoes from about 8:45 p.m. to about 11:15 p.m. that night. Now, having 7 tornadoes hit the same city in the same night is weird enough already, but what made it even weirder was how these tornadoes acted. So the first tornado that touched down that night did multiple loops back on itself, traveled west and then south and then north and then east and then west again, and it was on the ground for 14 miles but only ended up traveling 7 straight miles. Now the next 3 tornadoes that would touch down over the next 40 minutes or so would all be anticyclonic. What that means is they spun clockwise instead of counterclockwise. Now 98 to 99% of tornadoes in the northern hemisphere spin counterclockwise. So the fact that there were 3 anticyclonic tornadoes that spawned from the same storm in the same city is astronomical levels of weird. Now, the 5th tornado of the night that would end up being an F4 touched down east of the city of Grand Island, which it should be a good thing. Most tornadoes travel east or northeast for the most part. This one, however, immediately traveled due west, headed directly for the business district of Grand Island. This tornado would cause catastrophic damage throughout the town and would end up killing 4 people in the city. The 6th and 7th tornadoes of the night would end up touching down on the south side of town and would do relatively minimal damage over mostly open farmland for most of their time on the ground. Now, you remember that hill I talked about at the beginning of the video? Well, it was named Tornado Hill because in the aftermath of the disaster, they needed something to do with all of the debris that was left over from the tornado. So they took it and they dumped it in a giant pile, covered it in dirt, called it Tornado Hill, made it a park, and now families in Grand Island regularly use it to sled down and create happy memories out of a disaster. If you travel out...
All right, so thank you, Disasters History. Hopefully they don't strike me for that one there. But they said best to you.
I have a question. Did anybody die? And that's a lot of
4.
tornadoes.
Yeah, he said 4 people. Yeah.
Okay. So this is Tornado Hill, and he said, "Oh, families go there and have fun and happy times." Well, it's like, yeah, but if you lost a relative in the damn storm, would you be going and having a happy time?
well, the point of Tornado Hill there is that the town was devastated and destroyed, so they made something of the destruction as a fuck you to Mother Nature, saying we will rebuild, we will do better, and we'll create something out of this disaster.
You're saying they made the best of a bad thing.
Yes.
That's of a bad situation. And what he meant by the snow was, when it snows there occasionally, that is a man-made hill. So kids can slide down it, go down it with their tubes and whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All
and
right,
welcome,
guys.
Ancient One.
I got to go.
Hello, Ancient One.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, Matt.
Matt, you want to promote yourself real quick?
Yeah, promote yourself, Matt.
All right. I got to go. I got to get up early in the morning.
Okay.
All
Good
right.
night. Night.
All right, so
Everybody.
All right, we'll see you, Matt.
take care, Matt.
See you.
And welcome, Ancient One. He's telling us to check him out and a special like one. Thank you. There. So yeah, they made the best out of the bad situation there with that.
I agree. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that's kind of nice, actually. I mean, good for them. I was kind of making a half-ass joke about the few people that died anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, with 7 tornadoes, but only 4 people died from those 7 tornadoes, and at night, it's really hard to see. You can hear the wind. You can hear the wind, but you can't see all the damage at that time of night.
You can't see what's coming at you, basically.
Can't. Yeah. No, you're at the mercy of it.
But much. I'm still shocked that 7 tornadoes in that short a time on one community is. Wow, that's unusual.
Did God hate that community? I don't
Yeah,
know.
you got to
Yeah.
ask that, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really, you gotta question it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's one I don't know much about, and I can't find much information about it. But
Okay.
here's what what I searched for it. In 1974, the National Weather got so tired of issuing tornado warnings in Indiana. This is the first and only time in the U.S. history that an entire state has been put in a tornado warning simultaneously.
Wow.
Yeah,
Indiana,
so
back in 1974.
yeah, so in 1974, due to extensive and simultaneous tornado activity, forecasters in Indiana issued a statewide tornado warning, marking the only time in U.S. history that the entire state was placed under a tornado warning. This decision was made out of frustration because they could not keep up with the numerous tornadoes occurring at the same time. The 1974 super outbreak saw 148 tornadoes touch down across the country over a 24-hour period, with 21 tornadoes hitting Indiana, resulting in 47 fatalities. This
Jesus.
event highlighted the limitations of the warning system at the time and led to significant advancements in weather technology and warning systems in substantial years. Today, tornado warnings are issued county by county, and the technology for
Wow.
detecting the warning of the tornadoes has generally improved.
You got really fucked up weather out there, girl. I hate to say it, but it's true, man. I feel for you, man. Like, that must be a pain in the ass to have to face these things like every month or two. Like,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, let's see
And
the
you don't even have a storm cellar, do you? Like, you just got to hide in the
I do.
basement, right?
I got
you
basement.
good. I didn't realize. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
To know.
Well, when I asked you if you had one, Gorilla, told me you didn't really have one.
No, I got a basement.
Oh, well, that's called the cellar. Okay.
Yeah,
so
but can't the house still blow away from the foundations while you're hiding under there?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
as long as he's down there, it's not like the tornado's going to come and pick him up from the basement.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Gorilla's Town is too tiny to have an actual community storm cellar center
or shelters, storm shelters.
Yeah, a shelter. There's no shelter in your town, is there, Gorilla?
Is there?
No, and they destroyed our only bomb shelter.
Whoops!
That's fucked.
Well, I should say our nuclear
Oh,
fallout
shit.
shelter. Our nuclear fallout shelter was
God.
the middle school, which is designated as a nuclear fallout shelter, but that building was was old. It was getting old, and they're saying it's getting too much cost.
Because you said it was condemned, right? So yeah.
Well, I got how is a school building going to keep you safe from a nuclear war anyway?
Fallout.
Okay, so
fallout.
They're going to basically say hide under a desk or something, right?
Yeah. So let's see. Oops. Those tornadoes caused about $5.21 billion their damages there. That people talking their stories and stuff there. Yeah. So that there is the only time in U.S. history that the entire state has been
state.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you get tired. They got tired. They're just saying it got to the point where they said, "Fuck you, just put the entire state under a fucking tornado warning."
Yeah. But there was one thing I was going to address to Matt before he left. Before we had the technology that we have now to detect funnels even before they start. But back then, didn't they just have those, what do they call them? The weather. Well, first there was weather vanes. You had weather vanes that would just point one way and it would tell you where the wind is coming from. And then you had those little mini, weather detectors that would determine how fast the wind is or how strong it is. And they were like spinning things that were there. Now they got this whole automatic detection system, this radar detection system. We've come a long way. We have come a long way for tornado detection. Like here in Toronto, they have at least 2 downtown main detection center, like for the weather service and meteorological, and they can tell you within if there's a tornado or high winds that approach the city, they can tell you literally within a half an hour before those high winds reach us. And we're given plenty of time to evacuate if we have to. Yeah. So,
Mikey, tell me, is there a warning to for the whole community when you break wind yourself?
I can't help you there.
Yeah. So
I can't help the community either. If they have to smell us, I mean, then we're in trouble. So no way to hide that. No way to prevent it. If it's going to happen, it happens.
Okay. There's another off-topic comment by Dan. He should be higher in the poll. Son of a bitch!
Dan, you should be leading the pack.
You should damn well be leading the pack. Mikey and I have said fuck all tonight, and Dan's made a couple of silly comments now. Damn it, Dan.
Hey,
I bet he's been called that before. Damn it,
I think you took it personal.
No, I'm just having fun playing it up. If you know it, you should know me by now.
Yeah. So, now, what do you guys think is the most famous tornado besides the tri-state tornado?
Oh, that's why I've shut the fuck up for 90% of the stream, because I know jack shit about tornadoes.
Yeah.
You're the
Come on,
expert.
Mike. You know this one.
I know there was a more severe one. Was it in Tornado Alley? Was it in Oklahoma?
Yes, I'll give you another hint. It was in the 90s.
Well, then it must have been the one I saw.
2013.
Moore, City. There was a whole bunch of them that got wiped out.
No, not more. No, this one is considered the widest tornado ever recorded in El Reno. The El Reno tornado. Here's a video of it.
El Reno, and that's in Oklahoma. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's how we got hit twice. There.
Twice. Holy shit!
Yeah, got hit in the 90s there. Then it also got hit. No, they just. No, that's not it. That's not. It got hit in 2013 too. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one.
El Reno.
There was.
Well, by the way, Ancient One provided us with pizza.
Well, El Reno got hit with the tornado that was over 2.5 miles wide.
Wow. Definitely lemon pie, Oklahoma, where winds go sweeping down the plain. You want to sing Oklahoma to us, even though you live in Texas? If I did that at the time I was living in Oklahoma, if I say anything about Texas, I would get my ass kicked. So I avoided that like the plague. Those two states hate each other in a lot of things.
Okay, I'm just gonna share this bill here. Well, this was the largest EF5 in history. Here was the 2013 El Reno tornado.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, El Reno, Oklahoma. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2.5 miles wide there.
It's so fucking big you can't see it all.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Scary.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's even more scary than that Daniel Craig movie we tried to watch.
No. Nothing scarier than that Daniel Craig queer movie.
Okay, I take it back. All
right. So let's see. 2013 El Reno tornado was extremely large, powerful, and erratic tornado that occurred over rural areas of central Oklahoma during the early evening hours of May 31st of 2013. This rain-wrapped multi-vortex tornado was the wildest tornado ever recorded. It was part of a larger weather system that produced dozens of tornadoes over preceding days. The tornado initially touched down at 6:03, about 8.3 miles southwest of El Reno, rapidly growing to the size and becoming more violent as it tracked through central portions of Canadian County. Oh, there we go. We can blame the Canadians.
What? You got a Canadian county? Okay, I got to hear more about that.
Yeah. Let's see. Remaining over mostly open terrain, the tornado did not impact many structures. However, measurements of mobile weather stations revealed extreme winds in excess of 313 miles per hour within the vortex.
Jesus.
These are among the highest observed winds.
That's easy in F5. That's easy F5.
That's insane.
That's almost an F6, but the F6 I think would have to have 319 mile per hour winds.
That's frightening. That is really scary.
This was some of the highest recorded winds there.
Must be some of the highest recorded winds on planet Earth, I'm guessing, at that speed.
Yeah. And apparently, it's just slightly lower than the wind speed of the 1999 Bridge Creek Moore tornado, as across 200, as across US 81. The growth, 2.6 miles wide, beating the previous record set in 2004. Turning northwest, the tornado soon weakened. Blah blah blah. And they killed. This one killed 4 storm chasers, 3 professionals, and 1 amateur. He killed 4 storm chasers.
Wow.
That's
what Lemon Pie said. That tornado, PvP. So that tornado was so powerful, a county from Canada got moved to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's what happened. Okay, I get it now.
That's what happened. Okay.
You know, the problem is that we don't have counties in Canada. We have ridings.
Yeah. So
I say good joke there, Gorilla, but not quite accurate. I got it.
And let's see the meteorological synopsis of this. So, said on May 31st, 2013, a prominent mid to upper level trough that enclosed mid-air low pressure area moved northeastward, which led to upper low pivoting over the Dakotas and upper Midwest region. Moderate strong polar jet moving east northeast over the southern Rockies and southern Great Plains with the broad influence of moderate strong cyclonic flow aloft. Their mass was expected to be, a bunch of technical data here. Basically saying the conditions were just right.
Yeah, and Ancient One gave us all of our virtual pizzas. I hope you put some pepperoni.
There you go.
Oh my God.
That's it? That's visual evidence?
Why is this person driving towards it?
Because he's an asshole?
Because he's insane?
He's an insane asshole. He's crazy. He's dumb.
So was this one of the storm chasers that got their bell rung that day?
Probably. Yeah.
That is so fucked up.
He did say, Gorilla, you said 4 storm chasers got killed, right, that day?
Yeah. I'd never get that close to one of these beasts.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No,
So
he had a death wish.
And this would not be a tornado stream. I'm going to have to look this up real quick. But would not be I'd be negligent to not bring up, and everybody knows what I'm going to bring up.
What Gorilla breaking wind again?
Yeah, that's bad boy this bad boy right here.
Not seeing anything yet.
Just a second. Give me a fucking second.
The
good old fashioned Dominator.
What the hell?
Whoa!
It's a Ford Super Duty there. This is Reed Zimmer's vehicle right here. And Salty may call him a nutcase and he wasted time chasing tornadoes. No, it's people like Reed Zimmer and all these storm chasers that give us valuable data to give people better prediction there. So, our towns don't sound the tornado sirens after the tornado's 15 miles past the fucking city, it's been gone for fucking 20 minutes before you sound the damn sirens. Or
when the Twister movie came out in 1987, I did some additional reading on it, and it was loosely based on some of the storm chasers that were able to create an experiment showing how the funnel inside would create from itself, would actually form and show the inside of a tornado, which had never been seen before by human beings, but it was loosely based on the technology they came up with back then. We're talking the late 90s.
I want to see this. This is amazing.
I can't play the video because YouTube will flag me here. But the guy goes around in the Dominator.
I gotta ask, that is not a commercially available vehicle, I'm guessing.
No, this is Reed Zimmer's specially built vehicle here.
That's one hell of a vehicle, I gotta say.
Okay, so it won't let me.
I've seen some of those Elon Musk silver vehicles driving around the city here in the last couple months, but that is even cooler.
No, but what it is it's a Ford Super Duty truck there that he welded basically steel stainless steel onto it there.
Yeah.
And what you can do is it helps protect, especially large hail and all that. And with so it gives it also very low profile of the ground to help prevent it getting picked up in some of the tornadoes. But this thing can also shoot off a bunch of flares with probes, rockets in it to fire
into the
tornadoes to get us the valuable data, to get us better warning systems. No,
yes.
I gotta ask Gorilla, does it have phasers?
Yes. It has photon torpedoes.
Oh well, that's good.
Cool. It's got some hardcore bucket seats with.
Tell you, I would love to get one of these suckers to drive to the local supermarket and scare the fuck out of people. I tell you.
Yeah,
and have real lasers come out of it if they piss you off. PvP,
oh man,
I
guarantee if I could drive that to the supermarket, there would be no fucking junky panhandlers bothering me ever again.
Yeah, and if shit really hits the fan with this thing, he can shoot spikes into the 8 feet into the ground to anchor that damn thing to the ground there. So shit really. But then he has to pay for the road to be fixed. But that's a whole different song.
I'm very impressed.
Gorilla, if he got really pissed off, he could go to a Chevy dealership and blow it up.
Yeah, but this is Reed Zimmer's. He gets us the valuable information that we need to get better prediction systems for the tornadoes and all that.
He's a bit psychotic in what I read about him, though.
Well, I'm glad he's obviously psychotic enough to have a very good vehicle, though. So power to him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to go literally into a tornado, literally in it.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're totally going to commit yourself to a cause and something you believe in,
remember those words you just said.
Then you kind of look like psychotic to normal people like us, right? Not that I'm saying we're normal. We're obviously not normal, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I know. Oh my god!
Wow, that was a very cool vehicle.
Yeah, that looks really awesome.
Yeah, it is. And let's see, Scurry says when it got here, it renamed the county as. And Cynthia says, "Let's hope PvP doesn't write us off."
Oh, I can't write you off, Dan, because on Saturday, if Mikey's still willing, we have to pick out another TOS episode to convert you to a hardcore Trekkie.
Hey, come on! You can't just show them the good ones. You got to show them a couple shitty ones too.
No. We'll get to those later, but we don't want to. Let's put this: if we ever showed Dan The Children Shall Lead, he would never want to watch another one. Like, seriously, right, Mikey?
Oh, come on. I defended that damn episode.
That episode is one of the worst hours of TV I ever saw. God.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like a challenge.
I'd rather face a tornado than watch that episode again. Let's put it that way.
Oh, it sounds like a challenge.
Gorilla, do you want to read out the poll results, or
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Let's see. They in Oklahoma called itself a district, and they said, "Boy, you a county now."
Okay.
And it's more like a Star Wars vehicle than anything from Trek.
Yes, it is.
That's true. Yes, it is. Yes. So Dan, he could come out wielding a lightsaber, and anybody trying to get near his vehicle.
Yeah. So with today's poll on who would go off topic first, the wisdom of the crowd was surprisingly wrong tonight. With the 11 votes, Sit-Dan was the first to go off topic, though, he only got 18% of the votes. There, then Mikey got 36%, and PvP got 45% of the votes.
I demand a recount.
I want to know, when did Mikey and I go off topic even once?
No, tonight surprisingly you guys didn't stay on topic. But there's a couple times you guys got so far off topic there for what we're supposed to be talking about. I did a couple cigar lounges where it said, no topic tonight because I can't keep these guys on topic.
I didn't go off topic tonight until I figured, well, fuck, if I'm 48%, why not?
Yeah.
But
Oh my God,
seriously,
Drew! Did you have to remind us of that?
Yeah,
No.
Drew, we're not watching that one. Screw that.
no,
It's too late.
no,
I've seen several episodes of season 1 TNG. I know there is bad trick.
See, the problem with that, Lemon, is every Star Trek fan pretty much agrees that most of the first 2 seasons of Next Generation are about 80% shit. And there's some great episodes, but a lot of really weak ones too. So yeah.
But I think with that though, we're gonna wrap this up here like a kid on prom night.
Sounds good.
So thank you, Scurvy, for coming, and thank you, the Drew 24 for coming. Sit down and promote him since he's on your channel.
Yes, the Drew 24. He usually does arm wrestling videos. As far as I know, he hasn't uploaded any new videos to his channel yet, but I haven't checked it. But if you're interested in arm wrestling videos, check out his channel if you like those type of videos. And that's all I have to say about his own self promotion.
All right, thank you, and thank you, H1, for coming there, and thank you, Outlaw Bill, for coming. Now he has his Wednesdays and Saturday night karaoke. Is always a lot of fun. He has his action theater, and he also has his cinema or Western Sundays or his Sunday Westerns there, where they watch different Westerns on Sundays. Always a lot of fun whenever I can make it. Sometimes I have a hard time getting there. And thank you, Lockdown, for coming. And thank you, Old Man Bird, for coming. And thank you again for those 2 super chats. That's very generous of you. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
And while I'm scrolling, sit there, promote yourself.
All right, to all your panel members and to your chatters and viewers, I'm Sci-Fi Sedan. You should cover different sci-fi TV shows or movies, and I do my Dark Matter watch parties on Wednesdays, usually at 5:30 Pacific time. But I may have to cancel this for a little bit since my work schedule has gone to another adjustment, and I do my my live streams usually on Saturdays between 2 and 4 p.m. Pacific time, and I try to upload a new video on my main channel towards the beginning of next week or the end of the previous week. I do have a secondary channel called Old War Source on that on that one I cover Japanese anime or cartoons in general. Usually I do my anime live streams on Fridays, 8 p.m. Pacific time, usually after Gorilla's Walton streams. And we're doing the slime animation. If any of you are interested in cartoons with adult themes, check out those out. And every new watch hour and watch minute for all of us here encourages us to make more content for you guys, as well help me make a few dollars off YouTube besides our day job. So turn over to PvP to give his own music self-promotion.
All right, so just thank you, JP's Tabernacle, for coming, and thank you, Suzanne, for coming. And scroll. And thank you, Matt Arnold, for coming and being on the panel with all your insight there.
Thank you,
Matt Arnold has his cover songs, some 3D printing, and he has a thing called Bat Chats where they've been covering Lost in Space. So thank you very much, Matt Arnold, and thank you, FKC 2005, for coming. He has a couple of videos on his channel, so make sure to check him out. And I think that was everybody there.
Oh, and Phantom Boomer walked in.
And hey, Boomer, you just caught the end of the live stream. This is a real fun live stream today. You'll have to catch the replay there. But thank you to the Phantom Boomer Explorers for coming. He does 3 watch parties a week on his Cosby channel there on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. But he puts the trailers for those on his YouTube channel, so make sure to check them out there. Yeah. All right, PvP, what do you got going on?
Okay, so tomorrow, of course, 2 episodes that I review of Get Smart. Thursday morning, because of the damn exterminators that are coming in here to blast the place, I have to do my 2 episodes of season 4 of the A-Team early Thursday morning. So probably after 12 midnight is when I'll do a quick review of those 2 episodes. And then Friday, I'll be there for Gorilla's Walton stream. That's called The House, right? The House. And then, let's see, Saturday at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern till 7 Eastern, 2 to 4 on Dan's time. we're going to be doing Who Mourns for Adonai, and then the sequel from Star Trek Continues, which is called Pilgrim of Eternity, which features Mike Forrest, who played Apollo. And so we want to get Dan more into the Trek, so we're going to go ahead and do a twofer and have the original episode and then the Star Trek Continues sequel that followed it from Vic Mignogna. I do yet. His Terminator surprise package. We'll find out what that's about. But remember, everybody, check out Mikey Sue's 4. We're only 44 subs away from 300. Give us a shot. You'll never regret it. So always expect the unexpected.
Thank you. And since you and PvP switch names, Mikey, your turn.
I was putting my new machine together. Bye.
Yeah. So since you and PvP switch names, Mikey, you go.
The what?
Well, I said PvP. You want to promote yourself, and you started going. So you got names.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well.
Yeah.
Okay, if it was my turn, as he said,
it is your turn. Sorry,
as he said in the whorehouse one night. Okay, well, let's see. Not much happening on the channel. I did put up a couple of albums, as I mentioned previously. Probably the point where it's getting boring now by that Scottish 80s band called The Fingerprints with a Z at the end, not an S. Good stuff. I actually think I got the third album ready to go, but I haven't made it public quite yet. So, but I could probably do that in the next couple of days. I just have to ask Dan, though. Dan, do you have other plans for Saturday, or can we still do our TOS watch party at the same time?
Yeah. The TOS watch party on Saturday is still in the clear.
Good. Okay, I just wanted to double check because I don't ever want to inconvenience another channel member. So yeah, that's all good to go. And so yeah, not much else to say. I mean, I'm just going to get through the work week over the next couple of days, and I guess Gorilla's probably doing Jack all tomorrow night, and then you're finishing. I'm guessing the night court on Thursday, right? So anyway, yeah. I'll shut the fuck up now because I really got nothing else to say.
Alrighty. Yeah, and Drew to, of course, is good times. Yeah, it was a good stream tonight. If PvP, you want to read this one?
PvP does love his hose. Well, I don't think I even need to add to that, do I?
No, I don't think you need to.
No, I don't think I do.
We're gonna get you back someday, there, Dan. You watch.
Yeah. I gotta say though, when you're gardening and tilling the soil, a hoe is a handy tool.
Yeah. It is. Well, let's see. As for me, I may or may not do something tomorrow night. I'm not sure yet. I may go fishing too. Let's see. Thursday we'll be finishing up night court. On Friday we'll be reviewing the Waltons episode, the house. And then on nothing Saturday because we got a massive birthday parties for that day. We're doing a 4-in-1 birthday parties that week.
Jeez.
Wow. My sister only knows how to have kids in May and October.
That's probably because there's only certain months when she knows how to be fertile and gets knocked up.
No, because she has 3 kids in May and 2 in October. Then I had 1 in May.
Wow. So, well, I was born in May, so I can relate to that.
Yeah. So then Sunday, we're having a mystery movie night with Gorilla there, which I got a special surprise for all of you.
I'm really looking forward to this because I have no fucking idea what the hell it's going to
be. I think what happened was Gorilla knew I was onto something, and he probably changed it last minute just to spite me. Is that what you did, brother?
No. This one here, once you see it, you'll never forget it, or there's at least one scene on it you'll never forget.
Are you saying this should be moved into a cringe stock?
Should it?
No. You'll appreciate this, PvP.
Okay, girl is hesitating and chuckling. I think this is probably
Hey,
Chris
either
Dark.
you're gonna love it or you're on the sub. There's no in
Lord.
between. So, but
My
with
God.
that,
I look forward to that on Sunday night. What time are you doing that, Gorilla? Do you usually do it at 8 o'clock Central or 9 o'clock Central?
9 o'clock Central, but I might move it earlier. I don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So-
well, whenever is good. I'm just kind of glad though that it's not what Mikey was talking about when he mentioned it to me, because I thought that was what, a Korean film or something.
No, an Indonesian film. It's called Lady Terminator.
Oh,
I looked it up and read it, and I thought this sounds like really boring. So I'm glad Gorilla's got something better.
Okay, yeah, that's why I said I'll give it up to him because he's got something better to show.
Yeah, as long as I don't care if it's garbage or enjoyable, as long as it's entertaining in some crazy way, right?
All right.
Hey, Gorilla, are you going to get the one last question I'll ask you about this? Are you going to get equal representation?
No, I'll get my representation, but in this movie here.
Okay.
You always demand it of TNA. That's why I'm saying if you're going to get equal representation.
I was working today, bored out of my mind, going through the routine, blah, 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 doing the repetitive stuff, and bored out of my mind. And there was a certain movie that popped into my brain that I think would be great if Girl ever wants to do it, because it does have a lot of it's got a good scene of equal representation with some great titties. So I just want to mention it to Gorilla. It's a film called Something Wild.
Something Wild.
Something Wild. I think it's an 80s film, but I'd have to look it up. But yeah, it's actually really good, actually.
I honestly think that Gorilla would like Caligula with Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah. But anyhow, everyone have a good night. And remember to be a gorilla.
Be a gorilla.
Good night, everybody. Peace from Mikey.
Please go away. Let me sleep for the love of God.